Okay, so I just wanted to do a quick update on the E46 M3. So, let me show you where we're at. Get under the car here. Okay. So, this is where the muffler was. There's the exhaust pipes. Okay. So, I got the muffler off. I had to cut these bolts right here. I used a sawzall and cut them down through right here. So I got the muffler off. It is not an easy job. I'm not exactly sure what would make it easier at this point. Basically well, let me get out and I'll show you. What I ended up having to do was, there's a guard, like a splash guard, that goes over here. I removed that. It's just a couple of little clips and a little nut that goes on there. And inside here, this bumper is held on by a little bracket that slides in here and attaches to those two bolts up there. And let me show you that. Okay, so this is the bracket, and it let's see here, it slides on, it slides in there, and then these, so it goes up. So it slides in and goes up like that, and then you thread the nuts on. Okay, so that's what holds that up. So I ended up having to loosen this off, and I also suggest, if you're taking the muffler off, to take the little clips out of here so that this has some play, because before you take these little tabs off, this is firmly held in place, and the muffler actually sits up inside the lip here. So if you try to pull down, you might end up cracking it. So what I did was take these clips off, and so that the muffler can be pulled backwards off of that pipe there and dropped down. So I pulled all the little clips off of here, and there are, so this is the muffler. It sits on these little brackets, and the bolts go up through, no, there's fixed bolts in the frame which go down through here, and the nuts go on the end. So you take these nuts off and the whole thing can slide down. So there's one on this side, the smaller side, and then where the exhaust pipe attaches, there are two of them. And these are the hard ones to get at, and that's also, so that these two are located under here, and you have to get way up. You have to get, the muffler sort of sits right flush against in here, and you got to try to get something up to get the nuts off of those. It's not the easiest job. It's not impossible by any means, but it's not the easiest. Okay, so that was getting the muffler off. So the whole exhaust pipe has to come off. And the reason is all of this junk here, this junk here, all this has to come down, and the muffler is right in the way. Or the exhaust pipe, sorry, is right in the way. So the next attachment point, so all these brackets here have to come off. The next attachment point is here. So I was like, well, I'll just take these nuts off and drop the exhaust down. Well, easier said than done. So I used the cutoff wheel, and I got these ones done, but I can't get those ones back. Let's see what I'm doing here. Can't get that one. I can't get a cutoff wheel in there, and I can't get the Sawzall blade in there. And so there's one there, one there, one there, and one on that side. So I'm going to try the air hammer. I've never used it before, but this looks like a perfect job for it. I think they're corroded enough that they should just bust off, I hope. What do you think?
Good.
Okay. Let's see how it goes. These ones, I decided to use the air hammer because the Sawzall I have, first of all, I'm low to the ground, and the Sawzall is rather long. It's almost, well, it's probably almost 2 feet long, and we're fairly close to the ground. I can't get it up in there, and I can try to jack the whole car up higher, and I maybe can get a longer Sawzall blade, and then I can get it. But what I was trying to do is to see if there was a faster way to get these back ones off. So there's 4 of them total that have to come off. So I decided to try to use the air hammer. That's how well it worked. Not very well at all. Just sort of beat them to death. These, I mean, they're going to have to be cut off anyways. I tried attaching a socket to one end and a socket to the other side and twisting them, but if anybody's ever worked with exhaust bolts before, they've been heated and cooled so many times that the metal just has sort of degraded, and they all just spun the heads of the nuts. So they stripped instantly. I mean, it took like very little force to strip them. So I couldn't get anything on to hold them in place, and I suspect they'd probably be completely seized together with the bolt anyway. So Saw's all it is. I'm just not sure how I gotta lift the car up even higher, I guess. That's for another day.